Welcome to episode 3 of the Second Chance podcast. I'm Richard.
I'm Kerry.
And we have a very special guest this week, Marie.
Hi.
So, Marie, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, so my name is Marie Achkar. I'm a broadcast and digital journalism here. Wait. See, that's...
Major.
We're off to a great start, guys.
Yeah.
I'm a BDJ major here at Syracuse University. I'm studying in Newhouse with Richard, and I'm honored to be a guest right now.
I think, okay, so what we kind of decided we're going to start off with is, like, how you met each of us. And so I remember how we met. I don't know if you remember how we met.
Yours is a lot.
We met at the Dean's Welcome. Like, week 1.
Well, I think I introduced myself to you on the quad. They remember
No,
me on
it was
the patio?
Dean's Welcome.
Okay.
Because I remember you were looking for our dean because he taught you Com 100, and then
Yes.
you were like, "Are there any BDJ majors here?" And I was like, "I'm a BDJ major," and then you were like super like excited. I don't know why to find a person.
I found somebody who related to me in that moment. Listen, so some context with me, everybody. I'm from Indiana. I'm in the middle of a move to St. Louis, Missouri. So basically, to sum this up, I'm from the Midwest. I'm from far away, nowhere near the East Coast. So when I first came to Syracuse, I didn't know a soul. And so I definitely wanted to just like find like comfort off the bat, as anyone does when they first get to college.
Yeah.
So when I was like, who here is a BDJ major? And Richard was like, I am. Of course I jumped on that. And now this is why I'm here today. Because clearly it worked. So.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Okay, Kerry,
Yeah.
I know how I met you.
I think we realized that there's more to this.
That we
So, go back to also week 1, the Pitbull concert.
awful.
Pitbull concert.
I didn't
So-
go. It was too chaotic.
No, but I did.
Yeah.
But my roommate at the time didn't. And then she met you that night.
Yes.
Met
Yes,
you
yes,
that
yes,
night.
yes.
And then I remember just I always knew who you were, and I think you came up to our table once in November.
It was in Graham. Yep.
It was in Graham, and you came
Yep.
up to us and you just started talking to us, and we all just started introducing each other. Everyone introduced themselves except for me. I just didn't say anything.
Well, and then
It was kinda funny.
I realized second semester then, Richard, well, you, because there was a kid on my floor who lived in a single. There were
Yes.
only like 2 singles on my floor.
Yeah.
And Richard was like, Maria, I have a friend who lives on the Mount. She wants to come live down in Sadler because she's like always here and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
I have my own problems.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that too. But I'm like,
Yeah.
she's coming here, and you were like, do you have a single on your floor that's maybe available? And I was like, actually, yes, this kid is moving out.
Yeah.
So next thing I know, it's second semester. Everyone's like, there's a new girl on the floor. So I was like, let me go see. So then I knocked on. I think I saw you maybe in the hallway one time, and I was like, hi, I'm Marie. You know Richard.
Wait, were people actually talking oh my god, there's a girl coming on the floor?
There were some people. They were like, yeah, she's like short. She has red hair. That's what they said about you.
That's so funny.
And I was like, oh my god, I need to meet her because I knew that she was
love
friends with you
that.
guys. So we had
If there was
mutual friends.
ever
That's
any
so
more
funny.
proof that Carrie's short,
If everyone described me as being a short ginger, then that's just my whole brand.
That's
Yeah.
so funny, as it should be.
Yeah.
especially with
no.
Josh and Bryce, that's your brand.
Yeah, they never failed to remind me that I'm short. When we were in Tampa, we went to Busch Gardens. At every single ride, they would make me stand by the height chart.
No.
No,
to make
the
sure
worst
that I
one
was
is
tall.
one of them posted her and then
Oh.
tagged Peter Dinklage above
Oh
her.
no, that was Josh. No, then there's every single time we would see a small child, they're like, "Oh my God, there's your brother or sister." The worst was when we saw a little boy with red hair.
Yes.
Bryce looks at me and he's like, "Oh look, there's your little brother."
Oh,
and I
that's
was
awful.
like, so funny.
Well, I feel like if you're a redhead, you're automatically the butt of every joke.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a
There's-
ginger,
Yeah.
it's
There's
it.
the no soul.
The no
That's
soul
a whole
one.
one. Oh, dude, the amount of times I got that in middle school.
You had no soul.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's such a thing.
Yes. About gingers having no souls.
You
yeah.
never heard of that before?
Have you heard that before?
That is such
Did
a
they say the same thing to the other ginger in our grade? or-
Probably, but I was.
Wait, this is at our school?
Yes.
Wow.
You guys went to the same school?
Yeah. We went to middle school together.
No
How
way.
tired are you?
I'm
we went to school together from 1st to 6th grade.
Yeah.
the way
and
that I
then-
had to know this. Okay, whatever. I didn't know that.
But yeah, that's how I. That's
I
how.
think I think it's time to pose our very fun question for Marie.
Is it time or do we?
Kerry didn't tell me about this, and I really wanted to ask you
Oh,
about this.
no.
Apparently, you thought we were dating.
When did I think that?
You told me that. It was something that you
I
told me.
think one time I did. Yeah.
No, when we were
Oh,
talking, we
no.
were talking about my boyfriend at the time. Name I will not say.
Yes, and I said I thought
and
you
you
were
like,
with
I thought
Richard.
you were dating Richard, and I was like, I looked at you, and I'm like, no. Like, just flat out, just like, no. Like, they're,
No.
like, that is, like, off. Like,
It's like a never. We made a pact. We,
made a
will
pact.
never.
We actually
we
made
will
a pact,
never.
and we're like, there was, like, under no circumstance.
No, under no
Like,
circumstance.
you know how people make those contracts? Like, oh,
Yeah.
like, if we're 40
I
and
feel
like
like you
we're both
guys
single,
were the type of people to make those contracts.
Honestly, I'm surprised
No,
we didn't.
we made the
but I'm-
contract that we would never.
Yeah, I feel like
We weren't close enough when we were kids to make the contract.
that's true. But, like, yeah. Because I'm surprised because we did, like, the opposite. Most people make the contracts
That
to,
they
like,
would.
They
like,
would,
yeah.
but we made the contract
That
to
we
not.
wouldn't.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness
love that.
gracious.
Or we could do, like, a whole, like, platonic soulmate thing.
Yeah.
And just live together and instead of kids, have cats.
Oh my.
No.
What did I just get myself into? We're talking about
See,
having kids with Richard and having cats for kids. Like, this is
I'd rather have a cat than a child. That's just me,
this is off to a great start. So transitioning.
Speaking of rough transitions, we're all ambassadors for our schools.
We are.
We are, yes.
Yeah.
Marie and I are new house ambassadors.
I'm
Carrie
an
is
iSchool
an
ambassador.
iSchool ambassador.
I am an iSchool
Which is very exciting because
Because
she's.
I'm the first class of iSchool ambassadors.
Good for you. Wow, they created
Yay.
them.
Claps.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Being an ambassador is amazing. Richard and I give tours
We do.
around
I also
the new
give
house.
tours.
As you should.
Mhm.
Giving tours is so much fun. I absolutely love talking to prospective students and families. It's just a great way for me to, I don't know, like get to know more people and also just overall. Oh my goodness gracious.
I just showed Marie a picture of our director of our ambassador program, who his ID was just sitting on the desk, and I was like, "This is really funny."
So you took a photo.
So I
of
took
it.
a photo.
Naturally, that's what you do.
No, because I took a photo of him.
Wait, is that what the old IDs?
Yeah, that's what the old IDs
Let's
look
see.
like.
Wow.
Do you know I have a picture of myself
Oh my God, look
on
at-
an old
Yeah.
ID?
Look at the dome.
Wow. That's
Also,
No
so
shushering.
I feel like I need to. I don't know if I know I did mention in the first episode about the context behind my ID.
Yeah.
I mentioned it first episode.
Yeah.
Basically my ID picture is a picture of me when I was 16.
Yeah.
Because it was the only picture they had on file
Yeah.
for me.
Cause you did.
I did summer college.
Yeah, summer college.
And I had an ID for that, like one of the old IDs.
Yeah.
So I still have my old ID. I still have it.
Yeah.
And I remember, because it made
It's
me.
Carrie with bangs, and it is so
It's great.
so
You
great.
had bangs.
I had bangs
Oh my.
for
I'm learning a lot today.
She grew them out, and thank God for it.
14 years.
Oh my god.
From like ages like 2 to 17.
Not to say Carrie looked bad with bangs, it's
No.
just she looks much better without the bangs.
You've said this to me many times.
Yes.
Which I appreciate.
Because
the
when we were
honesty.
kids, you had bangs.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I had bangs pretty much my entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I love how we got to the same page on that. That's great. But
Oh my
anyway, ambassador stuff.
Does anyone have like fun stories that want to start us off?
Let's.
I mean, don't really have as much experience. I literally have just started this year, but I mean, like, so for the iSchool ambassador, for the career services, they rented a golf cart.
Sorry.
What?
For what? It's a small school. What do you need
They
a golf
rented
cart
a
for?
golf cart and they started driving it around
That's-
the campus. So if you saw yesterday or Wednesday a golf cart driving around the quad, or just
That was the
anywhere on
iSchool?
campus, that was the iSchool.
I really
So-
wish I could drive a golf cart around this campus.
Oh, that's so
That'd be
fun.
great.
It's
Like,
so
We
fun.
have videos though.
Imagine walking, because for everyone that doesn't know, Syracuse is a very hilly campus.
Yeah, it's
We're
very
like
hilly.
in the foothills of mountains. Like, I don't even know what mountains they are, but they're mountains, and I see them every day. We're next to the Adirondacks, I know that for a
Yeah.
fact. I'm also not from around here, obviously, I've said that, so I'm not familiar with the geography, but
I am, but I couldn't tell you differently.
You know,
No, right?
We are from a different part of New York. We are
Yeah, we're from much lower New York.
much lower.
like, yeah,
Like
you guys are
close-
south.
like closer to New York City.
Yes, we are right outside the
I mean,
city.
I don't live there anymore.
Oh, God, I wish I was that close. I live in Cornfields, actually. I mean, arguably better than the city, but it's
I
fine.
currently live near cows.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Because remember, she
Yeah.
moved.
I moved.
Oh, that's right.
So,
You've had a lot of transition this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carrie, yeah, you're living.
I'm just.
She's living.
I'm a go with the flow type person, so all the shit that keeps on getting thrown at me, I'm just making the best of it, and so we were literally just talking earlier about how shit my housing situation has been.
She's always.
I-
She was always moving around.
I'm always moving, both
Like,
like
I just remember
on
that 'cause-
campus and
'cause
at home.
You literally said that you
Like-
wanted a roommate, and you got one, but then they're gone.
Well, no, they're taking a gap semester.
Well, yes.
And they're most likely going to be here in January, and then so I'm here by myself for 4 months.
But I was on the bright side. You do get to pick the big side.
Oh no, that was really nice though, because
No,
when
yeah.
I got here, I was originally gonna take that side because I'm like, oh, when I open the door, I can just walk right in. But then I got here, we looked at it, and we're like, yeah, no, I'm taking this side.
No, yeah, 100%. And like what's like that's become like storage for you. I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah. I put a blanket over the bed so it looks less depressing.
I feel like you could use like that side of the closet though.
I could.
I don't know if you have or not, but
I have it.
I know you can.
I could put my my redacted box in there.
Ah, that would be a good spot for it because you don't really look over there anyways.
It would be a good spot. It's currently in the back of my closet now.
The back of my closet.
I have a I will explain that.
No, yeah.
Off cam, off mic.
Off cam.
Off the record.
Yeah, that's the word. That's the word. But no, I don't know if I have any like. We're going back to the ambassador thing.
Yeah. Have you guys had like I don't know? Wait, Kerry, have you done a tour yet?
I've done one tour.
How was it?
It was pretty good. I was really nervous though my first time.
I was too.
How long was it for you?
I mean, we had an info session. I mean, since it's like a much smaller school, I was only doing it with one family.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it was probably. I think my tour ended up running maybe like 20 minutes.
That's not bad. That's like
20, 25.
Like I know our tours are much longer.
An hour.
Marie. Like ours are like 40 to an hour.
It might have been more. Might be more around 30, but like it was. I mean, like.
Was it like a quiet family?
Yeah.
Because that says a lot.
Well, no, they were asking questions too. I mean.
No, yeah, but. For me, like, if I have, like, a really quiet family that doesn't ask questions, my tours can be, like, a half hour.
Same. Some ask so many, though, which I love, though.
Yes. I would prefer you ask me a million questions than you ask me none. Because then
it's awkward.
Because it's awkward. You kind of feel like, with all respect, like, you feel like you're kind of, like, talking to a brick wall.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've gotten drilled, like, some of, like, the weirdest questions. I don't know about you.
I haven't gotten weird
I've gotten some odd ones. Before, I don't know. Like, ones that are, like, the most awkward questions I think that I've received are, what's the acceptance rate for this school? Like, mid-tour. And I'm just like, or, like, yeah, how hard is it to get in here? Like, really? And I'm, like, just sitting there, like, not gonna lie, it's, like, a 10% acceptance rate.
Yeah.
Like, it's not easy.
We're super selective, but, like, I get drilled on a lot of statistics.
Yeah.
I get drilled on a lot of statistics. I had one parent drilled me on, like, what the PR curriculum was, and I was like, just because one of my best friends, Ryan, just because, like, Ryan's a freaking PR major does not mean that I know the entire curriculum off the back of my head. Like, off the top of my head. Like, I don't know that.
It's tough, yeah. I don't know. With the questions that are, like, how hard is this school to get into? Or, like, what's the odds that they can transfer in? And I'm like, okay, honestly,
I got that one today. Yeah. I got that one today. What are the odds? Like how hard is it to transfer in? Like, isn't it harder to transfer in? You know, whatever.
From what I know, Newhouse is the hardest school to get in, like, actually.
And transfer in.
It is hard to transfer
in. The
in.
I school is also really hard to transfer in.
Yeah, I school is hard to transfer in.
Not because of, like, how.
I think it's because of how many spots they have.
No, it's because of the amount of people that want to apply.
Yeah.
The I school is one of the most popular transfer schools on the campus.
Yeah.
Because they mentioned on our tours, our student body, like the I school graduates, it doubles by the end of the 4 years.
Oh, geez.
Oh, wow.
So when you come in, there's maybe about like 125 people in the I school alone.
Yeah.
And then by the time you graduate, there's like 350. So.
Like, I've been asked by a parent, like, how many, like, just, like, BDJ statistics. Because, like, even though I'm a BDJ major, I don't know, like, the statistics. Like,
no.
It was like, how many BDJ students are there? Mm-hmm. Like...
You're like, well, I don't know, man.
I don't know!
No idea.
Like,
I know that the freshman class was, like, 500, 600, but I don't know how many of them are BDJ. I don't know how many... Like, the only ones I can tell you is Bandier, because Bandier admits 30 every year.
Yeah,
That's all I can tell you.
Bandier's very selective. Yeah.
Yeah, Bandier is 30 every year.
The most selective program ever. They're crazy, but they're all so talented.
They're also one of the most, like, high-regarded programs for music industry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's also very specific. Like, it's not...
It's music... How I was told that it was...
It's like if you want to be a producer.
It's music industry, but, like, there's no, music experience needed.
Yes.
That's how I was...
But most of them have music experience.
But they do, but it's not, like, a
It's
requirement.
like if you want to be, like, a producer rather than, like...
Yeah, because I know for, like, actual music industry major, you need to have, like, a declared, like, primary instrument and, like, a secondary instrument. But
interesting.
But I don't think you need that for Bandier.
No.
So...
Some programs will require you that, but not Bandier.
Yeah, no, that's... I mean, like, when the tour that I had, they started asking me about questions about Whitman. And I'm like, I have nothing to do with Whitman. They were like, asking about the Impress program. And I'm like, I don't know anything about the Impress program.
What did you say?
I mean, I knew a little bit about it from, like, because I'm...
The other redacted.
So it's basically the awkward, well, they have this answer, and then that's it.
Because, like, they were interested in...
If you want more information, just go to them. Like, that's what I would have said. Like,
I mean, they did, like, the basic tour already, I think, and then they...
But doesn't the basic tour already hit the Impress program?
Well, they were interested in the dual program. The dual with I School and Whitman. because we had.
Yeah, I was gonna say like. How about you? But I learned a lot about Newhouse doing these tours, like listening to different spiels. Like I learned so much I didn't know about Newhouse when I listened to like Abby and Sophia. Abby and Sophia do it.
Like the history of it, like things I didn't know before. No, it's really cool, and I've met so many great people, and I've done so many.
Allie and Sophia.
Allie's cool. Yeah. I love Allie. She knows a lot.
No, Allie knows so much. It's insane.
She's actually awesome. But no, I've learned so much about the school. I've met so many people. I've really like grown a passion for just like talking, public speaking. It's
I was gonna say that helps a lot. Like
it's easier
especially
to
for our
speak.
major, like.
Oh, yeah.
Being able to talk to...
It's important. It's everything. We're majoring in talking, essentially, if you really think about it.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, our career goals are to talk to people, so...
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's kind of a weird way to put it. Like, our major is essentially talking to people.
Spending that much money a year just to major
just to learn how to talk.
I mean, okay, that sounds awful, but it's so true because there's so much that goes into it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so hard. A lot of people so underestimate broad... Like, I remember I went home for break, and I was talking to one of my friends, and he's like, okay, Marie, like, literally shut up. All you ever do is talk in front of a camera, and that's your major. And I'm like, And I literally stopped him, and I got really mad, and I was like, if you think that that's what it is, and you're so ignorant, because broadcast journalism is learning how to write, learning how to edit, learning how to write in different various forms. There's so many specific rules for each, spelling out numbers, names.
Like, I bet you that anybody who does not take the classes that we do,
they don't know.
If they were to write what we had to write,
they wouldn't do it. They couldn't do it.
They wouldn't get published because they'd be doing it wrong.
Well, they don't know how. And writing is so hard because broadcast journalism, it's all about writing short, crisp, clear sentences in this order. Spell out this. You can't spell out this. If you do this and it's not getting on the air, if it's a fact error, you fail. Like, it's so cutthroat, and it's the weed out major of Newhouse. Everyone says that. Like, BDJ is the most transferred out of major in Newhouse.
It is.
For that reason. Yeah. And I'm not going to transfer out of it. You won't, obviously, because, like, I'm willing to take on that challenge, and it is, I'm in a 4-hour class this semester from 8 a.m. to noon.
Is that 364?
311, 364, yeah. It's every Tuesday, Thursday.
I'm taking that next semester.
Okay, I will say, though, I've learned so much with it already, and it's very hands-on, very interactive, and my professor's amazing, so I've been able to pick up a lot of skills that I would have never had if I didn't take that class. So, the point is the curriculum's hard, the major's hard. Don't ever tell a broadcast journalism major that what they're doing is easy, because I don't know how it is at other schools, but I know that here, this is the top school in the country for what we do.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard.
Well, I had to talk about this with one of the students, the student on your tour that was into sports broadcasting today. I had talked to him about this because he was like, "What does like a typical day look like for you?" I was like, "It varies every week because I don't know what shows ACC's putting out. I have to look at Blackboard at the beginning of every week so I can put my schedule together. I know what I can do, what I can't do, yada yada." But my main thing is my friends at back home, they all do STEM, most of them, and they give me a lot of flack for my major, and I'm like, listen. Y'all's classes
are hard too.
Are extremely hard. Like, in my personal opinion, for me, they're harder than what I'm taking. Like, I couldn't take physics. I couldn't take calculus.
They couldn't do the same thing.
No, but you know what? They couldn't come and do what we do. Because it's like to each their own. Like, for them, STEM is their thing. For us, writing's our thing. But at the end of the day, like, the way I like to look at it is, like, y'all do so much work for your classes, in your classes, whatever. Our classes may seem easier, but they don't understand how much grind we have to do outside the classroom.
It's
the amount of hours we spend at like Citrus TV, the amount of times we have to spend at like ACC Network, spend doing podcasts. Like, we're literally doing this right now. Even just my
class right now, I spent a whole weekend trying to get interviews and like people to talk to me, and then everything falls through. And the scary thing about that is you know, if you're stuck at a math problem, you can ask for help and like you'll get the answer. If you're stuck and nobody's willing to talk to you, and you have a deadline on Monday morning and you don't get something in, you get an F.
Our major is so reliant on other people.
It's so, and that's so frustrating because people, and what I found is like last week, this is like, let's go into a typical day for me. I had an assignment due Tuesday of this week. And I need to remind you, my class goes from 8 a.m. to noon. So what happened is I woke up and I scheduled an interview. Now, it took me all weekend to get it because I was on plan E at this point because everyone had canceled on me, fallen through. I finally landed in an interview with 2 producers of some musical because that was my story. It was a new musical opening up.
Oh, Ohio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Extremely good. So... Because of that, I got 2 producers. I talked to them. My professor said, okay, here's what you got to do. Get your interviews morning of, come back into the lab, write your script, voice your audios, edit it all together into Adobe Audition, submit it before deadline, get a web article done tonight by midnight, and if you don't submit either by deadline, so if I didn't get my whole rap done by the end of class, I would have gotten an F. If I didn't submit my web article by night, I would have gotten an F.
Oh my God.
And what's scary about that, where I was getting panicked the day before, was that all my interviews were falling through. I didn't confirm that interview until 10 p.m. the night before because everything was just falling through. I was communicating with these producers all day to get maybe 2 SATs from them, which in retrospect sounds like crazy because you listen to my radio rap and you're gonna be like, oh my god. I mean, it's easy. All she did was, like, say 3 lines and, like, listen to 2 people. And it's like, no, because the shit that I had to go through to get that.
No one's there to help you. It's
all by
on
you.
us. It's on us.
Everyone thinks that broadcast journalism majors, all they do is talk, but nobody knows that you do everything to get to that point.
And then you have to write. And then, like, I had this talk about it with my professor after class yesterday, I think. And it's kind of or on Wednesday. And it's kind of difficult when you look at also this kind of stuff. You get an interview, and then you have to look through the interview, and you look, what of this is usable?
Yep.
What is this of usable? We may have had like a 1 hour interview, but I'll tell you what, 1 minute's going to be usable of that entire 60.
1 minute, and of that 1 minute, you need to find 2 good 10-second lines.
Yep.
And that's
it's and like, then there's like, transferring in, transferring out, how to write a good like transition, how to write a good like outro, whatever. Like, there's so much that goes into it. Like, people don't understand how much time it's, like, this right here, as much fun as this is for me to do this podcast and do this, like, I'm doing 3 podcasts because I need to, like, hone my craft. I need to get this done. I need to get into it. And also, one of these podcasts, Bagels and Breadsticks with Logan, that is, like, professional for me. That's going to be really serious. Like, I literally have, and this is a bit of a spoiler, I literally have somebody that works at the tennis channel doing play-by-play who has expressed to me that he is down to do an episode. Really? And I plan on him being our end of year.
Nice.
Like, that is really serious to me.
Mm-hmm. Good for you.
Yeah.
But that's also because we're in a big sports broadcasting school, there's so much competition, and it's so hard to do what I want to do, and especially for a very niche sport like tennis. Like, if I was into basketball or football, dude, there's, like, tons of opportunities. Especially baseball. You can comment, like, minor leagues, like, collegiate leagues. They all have, like, play-by-play and commentators and positions open like that. Like, tennis, the only people that get commentators are the Pro Tour.
Yeah.
Which means either you work for ESPN and Tennis Channel, or you don't work for nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, it's hard. What we do is hard.
Yeah, the industry's cutthroat.
You can't undersell what we do. Like, I'm never gonna say, like, our major is harder or easier than any other.
Everyone's
like,
hard in their own way.
Exactly.
But it's not okay to invalidate the fact that we also work hard.
Bingo.
That's how I feel, because my little brother's insane at physics. He's in AP Physics as a senior in high school. Now, fun fact, my little brother and I had 3 classes together in high school, and I sat next to him in almost all of them. Yeah, because I'm not a math person, and he is. So he took Algebra 2 honors as a freshman.
Oh, so he was, like, advanced.
Yes, very advanced. Yeah. And I took it as a junior. So I had a class with him when he was a freshman. I was a junior. We took AP Macroeconomics together.
He took it as a sophomore.
And, yeah, he took it as a sophomore. And then he took pre-calc trig honors as a sophomore. I took it as a senior. I never took a calculus, nor do I ever want to, because it's not my thing.
Hate it.
Yeah, no, it's awful. Derivatives, I could never. Yeah, exactly. I could never do it. But point is that he's very good at physics and math, and I could never sit in front of a physics problem and
But there's
complete
a lot of STEM majors that couldn't do the whole writing thing.
Well, that's another thing. I would edit his papers for him, though. He would help me with my math, and I would help him with his papers. Yeah. So it was a trade-off. He'd be like, Marie, I really need help. Can you please edit this? And I would sit down and look at his paper, and I would be like, I'm sorry, Andrew. No offense. I love you, but it looks like a 2nd grader wrote this. Like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And he's like, because he doesn't know how to write. They don't know how to do flow and stuff. Oh, there are people in this world that can do both writing and science. Yeah. And, like, I don't even know. May the peace be with you. Like, good for you, man. Like, I don't know how you do it. Like, literally good for you. I could never. And, like, that's talent right there. But for the most part, we're either science or we're either writing. And everyone has their own strength. And just because I'm not good at science doesn't mean that what I'm doing is any less hard than what you're doing.
Well, actually, what's interesting for me is that my thing flipped. So when I was in high school, some of you may have heard this saying, but, like, when I was in high school, I was like, don't give me words, give me numbers. Mm-hmm. But now I'm in college, I'm like, give me words, don't give me numbers. Yeah. Like, I remember, like, in high school, I was always, like, a strong writer, but it was never to the point where I wanted to make that a profession. Mm-hmm. And then I came to college, psych.
See, for me, I have always hated writing. Like, it's always something that I absolutely, like, despise. And, like, they actually tell us, so, like, in our iSchool classes, so, like, we are aware that you guys are not natural writers. Like, we are aware that you are all STEM people. Yeah. So, like,
That's so funny.
They were, like, even, like, planning on giving us, like, iSchool writing workshops. just to help us. Because, like, I have an essay due in, like, 2 weeks for one of my classes, and they're like, we know you guys aren't writers.
I'm happy to read that over for you.
Maybe. We'll see.
I know, Richard and I got you on that one.
Yeah, no, I actually might take you guys up on that. We'll see. But, they're saying, like, we know that you guys aren't writers. Because, like, everyone, like, this is all, like, analytics. Like, I'm taking, like, data science classes. Like, doing, like, full-on, like, coding stuff. So it's, like, I'm not, like, that is the most words that I will do.
Yeah.
Is, like, through code.
Yeah. And that's so crazy, though.
Honest. Like, I'm taking JNL to 11 right now.
I took that last
semester.
And,
like, I'm saying, yeah, that's why I'm saying it to you, because I know that you did take last semester, because you told me you had Tui, right?
Yeah, I loved him.
Yeah, I think he might be. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I think
he's
gone.
I think he is gone.
I think he retired because we have a new department chair.
Yeah, he did. He stepped down at the end of the semester, but he was such an amazing person.
I have a really great professor, but like honestly, also there's the part of like, depending on who you get as a professor, it's very different how they look at things. Like I have an M&D prof for JNL.
Oh,
but
you're BDJ.
No, but he's good though. He's good at both. But it's like the way you have to flip every week from writing a BDJ script to AP. Like
it's so
I have 2 deadlines every week, Tuesday at midnight, Sunday at midnight. My assignment due last Tuesday at midnight was an Anchor Actuality. And then my assignment due last Sunday at midnight was an inverted pyramid for an inverted pyramid like style like news like print piece.
Okay.
And I had to flip on the flip of a switch. Like Tuesday was a broadcast style, Sunday was a print style, and then guess what's due on Sunday?
Yeah.
Broadcast
style. Yep.
Like it keeps flipping. Or sorry, I think I said it the other way around. Sunday was broadcast. Like this past Tuesday was print, and then now it's broadcast again. And like he just keeps flipping, and then you're like, where's the line? Like how do I? Like, and you have to keep flipping.
Yeah.
And it's so different. Especially like the hardest thing in my opinion is the tenses. Like, if I was in, like, for print, I have to write, like, Marie Achkar said. And, like, for broadcast, like, Marie Achkar says. And then when you flip it, like, I will never write says in my print, but I will write said in my, like, broadcast.
Yeah, so...
Which is hard.
It's difficult. So for my radio story that I had to do, I had to write the web story that night, and the web story had to be in AP. The radio that I did all day had to be in BDJ. So I'm writing my web story, and I realized halfway through that the entire thing sounds like a broadcast script. And I was like, oh my god. So I had to go back and redo it.
But the broadcast scripts, I don't know if this is the way it is for you. For me, the broadcast scripts are way easier to write.
Way easier. Because they're easy.
Not only that, but also because we think a certain way, because we have been on air, we've done this like before.
Citrus
we know what it's supposed to sound like. Like with print, we don't necessarily know what it's supposed to like read like and what it's supposed to look like. But for BDJ, since we like basically do this, we know what it's supposed to sound like. So like I can always like the amount of times Ben has probably heard me like read shit off to myself in my room, like my own assignments. Like, I turn on the broadcast... Do you have a broadcast voice? I turn on the broadcast voice, and I, like...
Should I hear your broadcast voice?
He does turn on the broadcast voice.
I'm sorry. This podcast, including me, needs to hear your broadcast voice.
No, actually, it's so good.
I
always call him out on it.
Let me pull out my assignment so I can, like, read something that I've actually, like, written.
I've never heard your broadcast voice.
Have you not?
It's so funny.
She's voice is really funny.
It's
this
good.
is like my attempt at it.
No, it's good. It's good. I just find it funny as like a non-Newhouse person.
This is like the opening to the like Anchor Actually I had to write for my class. Syracuse football has looked unbeatable. The Orange are now 4-0 following their 22-20 win over Virginia. Fans are ecstatic with the results following a season full of disappointment. Sophomore Aaron Moore says that the improvements are impressive and exceed all of her expectations.
It's good. Can I try it?
Try.
I'm gonna try it. This is called BDJ, guys. That was good. You're like, you have a deep voice.
Cause I can put shit up.
You feel like the certain inflections like in your voice.
Yeah.
It's the inflection.
It's also like okay, I had Rose for Com 117. Okay. So now he's my faculty advisor. He's giving me a lot of help with like how to enunciate certain words and how to make sentences meaningful.
Yeah.
So if you want to try either line,
This is so BDJ. I love
intro
it.
and the close. This is very BDJ.
I am just not even the script. The way that I see the stats and like the brackets and all that, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely BDJ.
This is us. This is home.
So I'm not even a sports person, so we'll see how this sounds. But mine would probably sound something like Syracuse football has looked unbeatable. The Orange are now 4-0 following their 2022-20 win over Virginia. See, I don't even know. Fans are ecstatic with the results following a season full of disappointment. Sophomore Erin Moore says that the improvements are impressive and exceed all of her expectations. Like something like that, I don't know.
I will say, it's really good, but I will say, I think you can tell what departments we're in.
Oh, easily.
No,
I think like
I can.
mine. Okay, I feel like mine is sports with like a hint of news, but I feel like yours is news with a hint of entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's how Juice and Jeff is. That's why I do that shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think like we've done really well with putting together like the most important thing with a broadcast voice is how you enunciate different words and how you put different emphasis on different words.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's less of, like, turning this into this, and it's more of, like, making it, like, what words you enunciate.
I love this. I literally had to stalk someone for an assignment this week, so...
Talk to us about being an high school major.
Yeah, no, okay. Actually, I need to give context to this. So, I'm taking a class, IST 341, which is Human-Centered Design, and basically, like, we were learning about, like, taking, like, I guess, like, called, like field notes, basically. So she's like... So my teacher was like, okay, I'm going to give you guys the last, like, 35 minutes of class. You guys are going to wander around campus, find a random person, and just watch them for 30 minutes. And every few minutes, write down exactly what they're doing.
Oh my gosh.
That's scary.
Because you're, like, tracking, like, data.
Yeah.
So,
no.
And then I immediately was like, there is no way I'm doing this.
So I now have a fear for high school majors.
So like, there is no way I'm going to do this to a random person. So I texted into the group chat, and I was like, hey, does anyone want to help me with a project?
Yeah.
Richard says no, because he's in class. Bryce emphasizes that.
I couldn't.
And then Bryce also says it.
I felt so bad.
And then Josh called me. He's like, hey, do you still need help? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what do you need? I'm like, I kind of need to stalk you. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I can't give context. I have 30 minutes to do this. He's like, okay, I'm in Ernie. So I meet with him and Ernie, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm just writing down in a notebook everything that he's doing. I'm making observations, and I'm like, he has a School of Ed backpack. Like, he's typing something. He's probably doing an assignment. He's wearing formal clothes. He probably is somewhere important.
This sounds straight out of Stephen King. Like, no, sorry. I'm going to make an even better reference for you.
Oh, no.
This sounds straight out of Criminal Minds.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Wait, I want to hear this. I want to hear Kerry read this.
No.
The script?
No, I'm already saying no.
Read the script.
No.
Let me say this. If I see somebody lurking in the bushes and I call DPS and I'm like, somebody's watching me, they're going to be like, it's fine. It's just an high school major.
Yeah.
So I'll just be like, don't worry. It's just the high school majors. They're just lurking in the forest and whatever.
We are a very small group of people, but we are everywhere.
What do I have to do to get you to read this
Kerry,
script?
can you please?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, fine. I'll read the close. I'll read the close. It's half as long. It's literally 2 sentences if you can do it. Kerry, it is 2 sentences.
I'm going to leave you guys.
It is 2 sentences.
The anticipation of me doing I will do it as, like, a final, like, thing. For, like, a future episode, I will do it.
Oh, no! Get out! No!
Yes,
we're on the topic now.
Do it for Marie!
No,
Do it for Marie!
Do it for me! I took a week to get here.
Fine.
Alright, do you want me to read?
I'm doing it only for Marie.
I know.
Okay.
Do you want me to read the close?
I love you.
Do you want me to read the close?
Okay, fine.
Alright, the close reads, the Orange hope to continue their momentum and go 5-0 for the first time since 1987. They play Wagner on Saturday at 5 p.m.
What am I reading?
The 7-second anchor at the bottom.
Oh. God.
It's in all caps.
This is...
That's another thing about writing BDJ is that it's all caps.
I love that.
Because it's written for prompter. Yeah.
I read things, but not like this.
So you're gonna say the Orange
this
hope
part.
to continue their momentum.
Okay. Wait.
I was very proud of that actuality. I feel like it's really well written.
Am I reading just like the highlighted part or like the full thing?
The full thing. The highlights are what my professor's notes are.
Oh, perfect.
He makes us submit them in like a Word doc or Google Doc so we can do direct.
Sorry, I'm reading the comment. Solid. Way to look forward. Love that. That's so sweet.
I love Professor Mono. He's great.
Okay.
Okay, go.
gotta clear my throat,
yes.
guys. And this is... I'm really bad at... I have anxiety.
You're fine.
The Orange hope to continue their momentum and go 5-0 for the first time since 1987. They play Wagner on Saturday at 5 p.m.
That's good.
Yay! I am not a
For somebody who doesn't major in BDJ, it's really good.
Okay, I'll take that.
Because the difference is, I feel like for us, we're taught how to like do that, and for people who aren't like taught how to speak like for BDJ,
I'm taught like I took a class last semester called Information Reporting and Presentation.
Yeah. Slay.
But like it was not like in that sense.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like when you're in a business meeting and you're like
it's a very different like enunciation, a very different like tone and flow.
We learned a sense of like a business pitch.
Yeah.
And like we learning it like on that kind of more what you would do probably in like a Whitman style like presentation thing, something very similar. Because my professor for that also teaches in Whitman.
Yeah.
So he like has that experience also teaching us. And it's a required class for the iSchool that all iSchool people have to take it. Yeah. So it's like we just like like my final project we picked a topic, we did a TED talk, we did like we're learning how to like present information like different ways with PowerPoint slides or Excel charts. So like no, I mean I obviously
like your guys is like
I have my way of talking, but it's not like it's very different.
It was good. It was good.
Okay,
not everybody has it. It's very it's a distinct major. It's a very unique taste.
No, I have a lot of I have a lot of respect for Newhouse people who are like like everything that you guys do is just like me sitting in the back and I'm like it's a little intimidating.
Same with you in high school though. I could never do that.
I couldn't do STEM majors. No. I will say like I feel like I think you can speak on this. I feel like when you first meet me and Marie, especially like when we do tours, I think before we even say the word BDJ majors, you can tell that we're BDJ majors.
Like, hi, I'm Marie, BDJ.
I feel like
I'm Richard.
I feel like there's a lot, like, some people who can just, like, easily, like, tell what your major is.
I think it's a matter of the way that we speak when we open up our tours. Mm-hmm. We do kind of give off a little bit of a broadcast voice on our tour intros.
Yeah, easily. Mm-hmm. Easily.
Yeah. I don't know, I feel like I remember I tried to get someone to guess what my major was. I remember, and it was just like, I think like someone was like, oh, you're probably like arts and sciences, and I'm like, no.
I technically am.
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Psych.
Technically, even though I literally am.
Well, no, don't even say technically then, you are.
I'm a double major.
That's a double major.
Why am I pretending?
That's the beauty of double majors.
But when you graduate, you're going to have the Newhouse degree.
I have 2 degrees.
And arts and sciences.
And arts and sciences.
I get 2 bachelors. One in psych and one in
double major.
BJ.
I want a minor in psych. Do you like it?
No, it's good. No, wait, you know Jade?
Jade.
From Ambassadors.
Jade and Knight.
No, Jade.
Probably, yeah.
So Jade got a minor in French before she even got her major.
Yes, I know Jade. She told us about that.
Yes, but did you know she turned into a major because she found out that if she minors, she doesn't get like a diploma for it.
Wait.
You don't get a diploma for your minor.
That's so stupid.
Oh my god.
It gets written on your transcript. Like when you show employers, like they'll know, like, oh, they have a minor in whatever. But like when it comes to like the literal piece of paper, it says your major because that's what you have a bachelor's degree in. Mm-hmm. That's what you like literally have the degree in. So like you would have like a bachelor's in like BJ with a minor in psych.
I want a minor in psych.
So, but mine would be like I have a bachelor's in BJ and a bachelor's in psych.
So you're in it both. Good.
Mm-hmm. You know, I thought about minoring in psych for a bit.
I will say the pain about psych is having to take natural sciences and lab courses. Like I'm telling you right now, like bio is the death of me. I hate bio. I can't do it.
Well, you're taking that now, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the class is like infuriating because there's so much work. It's because there's so much work. Mm-hmm. Like if I look at my to-do list for this week, half of it at least is bio.
No.
At least.
See, I have to take my science to the lab next semester, and I'm gonna cry doing it.
I don't know if I should probably start taking science. I haven't really taken any science classes, to be honest. I probably should be, but I mean, I have like just like the base. I mean, there's no like hard science class to take. I don't have to take bio or chemistry or physics like for my major. It's not like an iSchool requirement, but like there's still like the liberal arts requirement of taking like the science courses. But I mean, like, because all of our stuff is just not really like science. It's kind of just more like tech stuff.
No, that makes sense.
So it's not really like, I mean, like I'm taking like a data science class right now. It's like not really like science, but it's like I'm coding, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like, I mean, because like I want to do data analytics stuff. In what capacity, I have no idea. But like I mean like that's just kind of more all like tech stuff. But I mean what I'm planning on doing, so like for the iSchool you have one of 7 concentrations you can use or you can do, but if you like you can really only declare 1, but you can actually do more than 1. I know someone who's doing 3.
Oh my.
Jeez.
Who's graduating with 3 concentrations. I plan on concentrating with 2.
Yeah, I was about to say 3's a lot, man.
So I mean the common one is mostly 2, so I plan on doing data analytics and web design.
Yeah.
That's what I plan on doing because like when I was working here over the summer and we were using like website design like software using people who know HTML, CSS. So we were like using those software and I really liked it and I was like, maybe this might be something that I want to do. So I'm planning on doing that and I'm going to take a class next semester, which is taught by the same professor who taught the program that I worked here over the summer.
Good for you.
So, yeah, I mean, for the people who know, I love the iSchool. The iSchool is like literally like one of like my favorite things. And I know a lot of people ask me like, what is the iSchool? The amount of times that my people have asked me like, what is it? And I'm like, I don't know how to like.
Yeah.
I remember I had a board. As an ambassador, since there's like not really a lot of us, we had a board meeting with iSchool board. And I was there with, 4 other people. We all were, we were at, a panel. So we were at a table with, our names. And they were all, in a circle around us, all asking us questions. And one of them was, so how did you, explain the iSchool to someone? So we, they were, asking us. And we're like, oh, I don't know. And they're like, how would you explain it to your grandma?
Your grandma?
To your grandma.
We're like, I don't know. And then I said, I'm like, I actually had to explain it to my grandma.
How would you say?
Well, so I was my grandma actually went to an iSchool. But it was before it was kind of more technology based. She did it's originally a library studies program. So it's so it's literally how you become a librarian.
Okay.
Because you're still organizing information and data and stuff.
Right.
So she did it through that when it was still kind of more on that end. And I told her, I'm like, it's like library studies but more tech based. And it made sense to her. And they all process that, and there is still a library science program as a master's, but it was I literally had to explain it to my grandma, and it's and I remember explaining it as that, and then my sister looked at me and she was like, I want you to never explain it as library science ever again. So I just say it's tech and business.
That's the best way to put it.
It's the combination between tech and business to solve problems. It's literally all it is. That's the most simple terms. That's how I would explain it. But I mean yeah, I don't know. It's just no, I love the iSchool so much, and there's and I I just love it so much, and I think a lot that I because I know that Newhouse is a very big school. There's a lot of stuff, but for us,
it's kind of nice that you guys are small.
No, the thing is that it's a big community. The campus itself is a big community, but we're a small community within it.
Yeah,
which is nice.
So you have the experience of having the full campus and all that, but you also have the experience of being in a smaller school with a tighter knit group where I know all my professors and they all
That's
know
nice.
me. And
it's personal.
It's a very personal school, which I really like. I mean, you get our career services are really personal. Everyone knows career services.
Good.
And all the teachers and stuff. And I'm now really close with everyone at admissions. Isn't
that awesome?
So it's great. I love it.
I don't know about you, Marie, but I love the professors that I've had in Newhouse.
100%.
So the 2 professors that were leading that graduate program in the Studio City during the tour are 2 professors that I'm one of them that I'm more close with, but they're both professors that I've worked with.
That's awesome.
Stomsky through ACC Network, and Hedges is who I had for 107, and I was literally in her office yesterday.
Doesn't she teach the big BJ
just talking
class
to her.
too?
Stomsky?
No, Hedges.
Hedges is a communications prof, not BJ.
Oh.
Just the immersion one for today was regarding sports, so she brought in Stomsky because who better to talk about sports than a goddamn ESPN producer?
That's insane.
See, if you guys want to talk, if you want the iSchool connection, talk to Jeff Rubin. He's the founder of Sidearm Sports. Which
that's so awesome.
Which they work,
That's right,
they
you
work
did tell
on
me
college
this.
sports analytics, and they run their office on the 3rd floor of Heinz.
Yeah. I wish, I feel like he could be a really good part of ACC Network.
I love Professor Rubin. I love him.
Yeah, you told me about this.
He
I
teaches
think,
the generic class, the
Yeah.
main class.
Every school has one class that everybody takes,
for
except
ours,
for arts and sciences.
For ours, it's IST 195, which is just a basic course where each week you just learn a different topic. It's we're learning Excel one week, and then we're doing we're using we're using Linux the next week.
I don't know what that is.
I looked at her homework the other day. I couldn't I couldn't.
No, but you saw how angry I got last week when I was doing it. I just like started like raging.
But I was also like so impressed with your work because I was like I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's all the code. So I mean, like I like when I was doing like the stalking assignment.
Even I did.
Like to call it. Like Josh was like, "What is like?" He's like, "Is this what your work is?"
And you're like, no, I promise you it's not.
Like, I know it's not like this. I promise.
I will say it is nice when. Like, because I live in a quad with 3 other guys, and 2 out of the 3 are new house.
Yeah.
So when I do, like, my, like, BDJ readings to myself, like, when I write scripts and stuff like that, I have to write, and I have to read out loud to myself. Mm-hmm. They never question me, because they're like, oh, he's just doing new house work.
Who's
like,
the non-BDJ major in your...
Dan. My friend Dan, who's ECS, who's computer science.
So he is my fellow STEM, like, the hard, like there's like soft science and like the hard science.
I will say the way that I'm nervous for tomorrow morning. So for reference, this is being filmed on a Friday night. Tomorrow is Orange Central where all the alums come back, and I'm helping lead tours. Oh. And the way that I'm so nervous to give tours to alums, because if I mess up even slightly, I'm dead.
Oh, wait, I forgot about that.
Yeah, no. So they gave us like a specific tour route, and this one is harping on the studios because it's new. I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I could not.
Because
the studios in New House 3 are like the new parts. And yes, this is funny because she crashed my tour one time.
Yeah, no, it was so funny.
How so?
She went on my tour.
So we were both doing like U100 tours.
Yeah.
We were both shadowing.
Yeah.
And you had a New House tour right
after. And Kerry said, "Let me go."
And I was like, can I?
I'll meet you.
And I'm like, can I crash? Like, can I just crash your tour? So.
Because at the time you were also like interested slightly in a New House minor potentially.
Potentially. I'm still kind of considering it. I was potentially thinking about minoring in PR.
That's what I wanted to do, but I can't.
Yeah, I was thinking my plan was to do like iSchool with a minor in like either like double majoring in something and then a minor in PR.
Yeah.
Or double majoring in PR and minor in something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. PR I felt like I don't know was interesting because a lot of with like it's public relations. You're like it's about like the interaction, right?
Do you have to get into New House to do a minor in PR?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
But it's like a big thing about like. They recommend for iSchool students at least to do a lot of like they recommend like taking psychology courses.
Good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is about like interacting with people
100%.
and like learning about them. So like they recommend like to take just like the core like psych class.
Then I can recommend you a few psych classes that are good with good professors.
I'm in Psy 205 right now.
With
Meredith Martin, doctor.
Heard of her.
I've been trying to get into psych.
If you ever see, there's one name that I want you to look out for, and the name is Dr. Kevin Antshell. Mm-hmm. One of, that is my favorite psych prof. I'm taking abnormal with him now. Mm-hmm. That's the guy who got me to peer mentor a class. Mm-hmm. He's so good. Mm-hmm. I love Dr. Antshell.
You've heard Ed mention.
I also have a Dr. Antshell quote book that I'll let them read afterwards.
Joking.
It's it's so funny. Yeah. It's like some of the best quotes I've ever gotten.
Eventually,
oh my God, you have a whole book.
Eventually, I will read my quote book.
We have quote books.
I have a friend group quote book that I've created.
Some of the quotes that she's collected from our friend group is the funniest thing you ever read.
I've had it since last November.
Yes.
It's a little. I didn't use it for a long time, but it is up and running.
I think Tampa, you got a lot.
I got a lot from.
She got a lot.
I don't know if I got a lot this year alone.
Well, you also in Tampa for the week you roomed with 2 very quotable people.
Yes.
She roomed with me and Bryce in Tampa.
Oh my.
Very quotable individuals.
You lived with both of them in Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me, Kerry, and Bryce in one room.
And then it was
2 other friends. Yeah.
Let me look up this Tampa photo. I remember you guys took it there.
Just look at my Instagram.
It's really all of our Instagrams.
But no, yeah, it was
so funny. It was just but my whole thing there was that I am kind of like the queen of blackmail.
Yes, ma'am, and I.
So in Tampa, specifically Tampa.
BeReal.
Oh my God! Wait, BeReal.
I kind of want to take this. Yeah, this photo I saw it on everybody's.
Wait.
Yeah, no, literally.
My BeReal. Wait. Oh.
That's so funny.
We hope you're having a wonderful day.
Guys, we're doing our BeReals.
We're doing a BeReal.
We're doing our. That's right, live on podcast.
Okay, I need to do mine.
This is so funny.
I look really bad, but I don't care.
This is so funny. Okay,
I did take my BeReal too.
No, but
Oh my God, love. Okay. Oh my God, I love that. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That's
great.
Okay, Kerry, go stand by Richard.
Okay, I'm
good. Doing the BeReal with the podcast. Okay, let me get my leg out of it.
Get in the photo, Marie.
No, I'm doing it like this. Ready? And...
Oh, that's so cheap!
Yes.
That's so cheap!
That's so good.
Guys, we just did all of our BeReals.
Oh,
this
I
was
love
the
that.
time to be real.
It is in
Was the
fact
time
the
to be
time to
real.
be real. It is
I will
time.
say, like, okay, on a very, like, softy note, which you will learn about, like, Kerry has learned about me, I'm very much so, I am, like, what's the word that I always use? Like, I'm a big softy.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, that's really all you can say. Yeah.
I said on my tour, I know that you looked at her and you're like, that was sweet. I was like, but it's true, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
On my tour, I was, like, talking about, like, the people I've met through Newhouse, and, like,
that was so
Marie
sweet.
is genuinely, like, probably one of my closest friends.
I love you,
and,
Richard.
like,
I love you, Richard.
I was like, I'm not here to bullshit nothing. I was like, I was looking across the line and I was like, who? I was like, oh wait. And then I looked literally right to my right and I was like, oh wait, there's Marie right there. I was like, bingo.
That
was so fun. I love giving tours with Richard.
It's so much fun. Because also, when we do tours, we're really good at just like bouncing off of each other.
100%.
And so like, where one of us has like, can like drop something off, the other one can pick it right back up with like
yeah,
ease.
it's awesome. It's awesome.
I love that. That's great.
Which I think like that's the plus of when you like do
It's called
tours
BJ.
specifically with friends.
Yeah.
Like like BJ, but like specifically with like people that you're
When
not
you know
actually
somebody.
friends with,
Yeah.
then like you can riff off very easily. Like I do really good with you, with Adam, with Maddie, Danny, Jordan. Like I
Love
do well
Maddie.
with them because I can just like wherever something drops off, they can pick it right
Yeah.
back up and it works so
So
well and
nice.
stuff. And
Yeah.
Jade and Gray and oh my gosh, so many friends I've made through
Mhm.
ambassadors, which is probably one of the best things.
I mean, there are only 7 of us.
Aren't you like the only sophomore? Or
No,
is there?
That's something else on the other side.
No, is how many?
For ambassadors, so there are.
If there's a freshman, I'm gonna be shocked.
No, there's no freshmen. I think it's
Yeah.
mostly upperclassmen right now. I think there's like maybe 10 of us
Yeah.
in total across.
How many
all grades.
sophomores?
Like 2 or 3. It's mostly
2 or
upperclassmen.
3, including yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of it is juniors and seniors.
You know what was really weird is that this semester you and I are classified as vets.
What? You know I'm old.
Like no, because like when we do tours, like the way that we were talking about it with Julie and with Nancy in the office before the tours today, Julie was just like, I'll split you guys up into tours. Like each vet will take a tour, and it was like I would take one, you would take one, and Danny and Jordan would each take one, and it was like, whoa. We're like it's weird, and I don't like how weird it was for you the first time you introduced yourself as a sophomore. That was weird for me.
That was weird for me
Yeah,
too.
it's even like weird for me. Like even though I'd never done any as a freshman, like just introducing myself
No,
as
'cause,
a
like, you-
sophomore in general
yeah.
was weird.
You get used to being like the baby in high school, and then like as you become like a junior senior, you're like used to being the old one, and then you
Yeah.
come to college and like
You're
the
back
baby
again,
again,
being the baby.
and then you get used to that over 1 year, and then you're a sophomore, and then you're like, we're not the youngest ones anymore.
No.
It's weird. It's weird. It's a weird transition.
It
I
is
don't like it at all.
It
And
is
looking at
weird.
the freshmen and realizing, especially being a peer mentor for that class, like realizing that they're looking at you and they're looking like I
you are
initially.
the-
So I'm
Yeah.
doing an orange preview for Newhouse on a Thursday later this semester, and that day I don't have to go to the peer mentor class because it's like a peer review day for their essays. And I talked to my professor and I was like, listen, Professor Takeda, I'm realizing now like they actually like really utilize us and they really like need us as a resource."
Yeah.
So I was like, I will come for like the first like 45 minutes from like 9:30 to 10:15. And like if any of them need me to look over their essay, I'll like be there as a resource for them, and then I'll head over to Newhouse.
Yeah.
Originally, I was planning on getting up at 9:30 and going there at 10:30, but like after the first few classes, I was like,
Yeah, like they need.
"Whoa!" Like they actually need,
Isn't that
like
crazy?
Yeah.
it's weird.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
I will say though,
Yeah.
it feels really good to be that resource for them and like
Of
help
course.
them.
I like
Like-
that, but there's a lot of
Of
pressure
course.
that comes with it too. Like
Exactly.
the responsibility of not messing up, and
Yes.
I've had so many people shout at me for citrus already,
Agreed.
and then I'm like, guys, I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even know how to use this. Like I have to refigure it out, and they're just watching me struggle, and I'm like, oh my god.
That happened, like even like when I was here over the summer working, like I'm like they were all like they were like asking like me like as like a TA they
Yeah.
were like asking me for like help on things, and I'm like I don't like it was like on a
Yeah.
language, it was on a coding language that I learned the week before that I had no experience with prior. So I'm going in and I'm like they're trusting me when I have like about the same level of experience as they do with it.
Yeah.
And it was just, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna say though about that class, because the thing is, the idea of the peer mentors for that class is that there are students who took the class last year, because it's like it's confusing,
Yeah, no,
but
it's,
like so the way the class is set up, it's twice a week. Tuesdays are lectures, and then Thursdays are usually discussions. and it's like 3 professors and 3 TAs. This year it's 4, which is weird. But like it's like ours is 1 professor and mine is the one with 2 TAs, and it's like a discussion. But the thing I'm getting at is when I was in the class last year, I was much more hesitant to talk. But now that I'm a peer mentor and like they're looking at me, I feel like a little more comfortable talking because they're kind of like looking up to me, and it's so weird.
No,
it's so weird.
Because I was just a freshman like 4 months ago, and now I'm like supposed to take
What's even weirder is realizing that technically speaking, I'm the same age as some of them.
Ew, that's weird.
Oh, yeah.
We're both like technically speaking, I'm 18,
You're a
and
baby.
so are others. So
Okay, you don't turn 19 till November, right?
You're like, I'm turning 20 next month.
there's a 1 month period of time where she's 2 years older than me. It's so funny.
It makes
so
me
funny.
so upset.
Look,
It makes me
2 years older, 2 times as big.
Stop. No.
Anyways.
No.
On that note.
Your face, Marie, is so funny right now.
Just like, I wish everyone could see that. I was just like, oh, okay then.
Oh.
Okay then.
Okay. But I just like, what were we I don't even know what we were talking about now. We're talking about like Taurus and
Taurus,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it's so funny for me. Like, I was talking to Richard about this, and I mean, like, the iSchool, like, I don't know if you guys have like an actual like office for your ambassadors.
We had the visitor center.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we have a visitor center that like we have like full access to.
Yeah, please tell her.
And we can get like snacks and stuff. Yeah, we have
same.
like desks.
But they have desks. They have their own desks.
I also, do you see my name tag over there?
They have their own desks. And you know how we okay.
Wait, grab my name tag.
Me and Marie and for me and Marie, our name tags are on lanyards and they are printed out sheets of paper that say our name and our major. This is Kerry's.
Oh my god, it's so official.
It's official.
It's an official.
The magnetic back and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and
I wish we got these.
It has like my name.
I have one of those for my other job that I did this summer.
Oh, I remember that.
I had one.
I wish we got these.
Yeah. No,
I feel like the people that do tours as often as we do.
Yeah.
We could, but
No,
I get why we don't have these.
No, but
There's like 10 of them and like 100 of us.
You know, but like no, so we have desks. Well, it's not really like it's like for the people who kind of like work in admissions.
Is it like one for the ambassadors in general, or?
No. It's like there's like of the people that are like ambassadors. Like there are some people who have like bigger positions.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's someone who's like in marketing and like does that type of stuff.
Okay.
Well,
So do you have a desk?
No, but there's a good chance I'm gonna get one next year. Because all the people that have desks now.
Look at Richard's face is just shaking. He's just shaking his head right now.
All the people that have desks now are seniors, and there's 4 people with desks, not including like our actual like supervisor.
Yeah.
It's like 4 seniors and 1 junior.
I will say though, Marie, I like that they moved Christina's desk.
They did? Where?
It's now next to Wes's.
Oh yeah, no.
I like that they did that because in the past, Nancy obviously has the front desk, and then there was like in the office behind the visitor center, Wes had his one desk, and like Christina's desk was elsewhere, and Julie's desk is still where it is. But I like that they moved Christina's over, because having the 3 of them, it also kind of guarantees that no matter what time you walk into the office, someone's gonna be there.
Someone's gonna be there, which is really nice. Yeah. No, I totally agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the visitor center is great. I really love the people that we work with. Like overall,
I spend so much time there.
I love it. I always every
So
single time I walk past there, I always see Richard, and he's like, "Great, get in here," and I'm like, "Richard, I have class, man." He's like, "Talk to me after. I'll be here." I'm like, "Oh my god."
No, I always I had a tour Monday, Tuesday, and I had my Monday tour, and then my Tuesday tour got canceled, or just the family didn't show. So I went up to the admissions office, and I was like, I see my friend Will, and I'm like, Will, is the tour just not showing? And he's like, oh yeah, they didn't come, and no one tell you? I'm like, no one told me.
So you're just waiting there.
So I was just waiting there for like 15 minutes, and I come up, and then and then it's just me and my friend Will, and then like our supervisor Juliet, and then she was like, we were just talking, and then my professor for like my 256 professor from last semester just comes in and starts talking to her about like the TV and about like he just comes in and starts and starts talking to my professor, and like I don't think he knows that I had him, and then we just started talking. It was so weird. And then I also got to explain to her like a bunch of like YouTube drama, which was really funny.
Oh yeah.
Drama.
You know the Try Guys drama?
No.
Do you know who the Try Guys are?
Yeah, I know who the Try Guys are.
Yeah, Ned cheated on his wife.
I love that this is how Marie's finding out.
Guys, live reaction.
Yeah, Ned Fulmer cheated on his wife with one of their other employees at a club.
who was also in a long-term relaship and was engaged.
Yeah, and the fiance, the videos came out, and people weren't sure, 100% sure if it was him. But then the girl's fiance took down all of his pictures with her.
No.
And then everyone started unfollowing him. They released a statement saying that he's no longer affiliated with the Try Guys, and they're now rebranded as like 3.
Yeah, and
like
then
the Try Guys.
And then Ned and Ariel both put out statements that they're gonna be working on their
family. And then I think like TMZ saw them or something. I saw something about that.
He cheated on his wife.
Apparently they were together for a year. Like,
No.
what do you
Okay,
say,
honestly,
cheating?
I'd rather it be. Oh
There's
my
Ned's
God.
statement.
Yeah, no, but I love how this is what we're talking about now. I love it. It's great. But no, I ended up just explaining to my boss the whole drama, and then she was like, oh my god, no way. And she was like actually like really invested in it. And then she was doing her work, and then she's like, Kerry, you're not going to believe this. I'm like, what? And she was like, my friend just texted me, and she was like, hey, were you ever a fan of BuzzFeed? And I was like...
the way that Quinta Brunson came out of BuzzFeed. Abbott Elementary is so good.
I need to watch
and I watched the trailer for season 2 and give them another Emmy.
I need to watch it.
We'll watch it. No, we're gonna I'll watch it with you. It's so good.
I need to watch it. I need to.
No, but the writing is so good, and Cheryl Lee Ralph is phenomenal.
No, from what I've seen, I mean,
phenomenal.
Like, no, it's
I'm sorry,
so
this is so sad right now.
I love how this is our new. No, I love this, but no, I remember like I found out from my sister.
Yeah.
About it. She like texted she sent me a tweet and she was like, "Oh my god, no way!" And we're like, "What the fuck?" Like it was. Oh my god, it was so bad.
I'm in shock right now.
No,
but I have to ask, like, is there anything else that we want to talk about? Marie knows what that means. Please, I'm the floor director for Live at 6 permanently. Oh, wait, I have to tell you this. Like, the nicest feeling in the world. First of all, one of the nicest feelings in the world was, like, the fact that when, what was I going to say? When I swiped into the Citrus TV station. Because last semester was my first semester, so I didn't have card access, but that was nice. But then on one of the shows after Live at 6, I was watching on the big TV, and then this came up on Bumps, and I nearly died.
Producer!
Because I didn't know because Nardine and Lindsay did this. Wait, do you know Nardine, right?
I love Nardine.
Nardine and Lindsay did this, and I had no idea.
Wait, so you're a producer?
They put me as a producer because I'm now part of the permanent staff. Because I'm working on as floor director, and then I started doing more stuff for them, like writing and stuff like that.
Look at Richard being a producer.
I know, I love this.
Big things coming.
Yeah.
No, Richard's doing great. He's awesome. I'm really glad I met him, and I'm more than like happy that they asked me to be on their podcast. But he's like, we want you to be on the podcast, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel so honored in this moment.
Yes.
Like genuinely, thank you so much.
Like we were saying, like first episode, and we're like, if there's one person, like we were hyping you up so much in the first episode.
Wait, I need to like actually go back and listen to all of it.
In the first episode, we were talking about you, and we're like, we
were like, who do we want as a guest in Tongan? And then me and
I
Kerry,
love
we were
you
like,
guys.
Marie.
Stop! I love you guys so
much.
much.
Halfway through the episode, by the time we got to the end, I said, and I'm like, we were hyping up Marie so much, we have to get you on.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Now there's pressure. I hope I exceeded all the expectations.
Yes, no, you did.
Oh my
god.
gosh.
There's no expectations,
No.
Marie.
No.
Like, if anything, she just set the standard.
No, exactly.
Stop it! I literally love you guys.
Exactly.
They're my favorite. You guys should watch more of their or listen.
Listen, there's no video. There's no
Citrus
video.
TV news.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Wait, we should
Signing
do,
off.
podcast but outside. Do you know what that is?
What?
Like, Cole Hirsch.
I think so.
Podcast,
but
they have a table. They just go outside and they interview people for their podcast outside.
No, ma'am.
But they
No, ma'am.
But they got.
No, ma'am.
Have you seen the video where they got invited to a wedding?
Oh,
and they
fun.
did their podcast at a wedding reception?
Did you hear what I just said?
What? Oh, fun! Dude, I was talking. No,
wait, Kerry and I had this conversation yesterday.
I was talking about this yesterday.
This is a great way to end it.
We were talking about, what did you call yourself? The Richerism? What is it?
Richisms.
Richisms.
Like I said, mannerisms, just things, Richard.
Yeah,
thing,
it's so, yeah.
Thing that you do is you always say, oh, fun. It's like
I don't know why.
Whenever someone says what their plans are, you're like, oh, fun.
Whenever they tell me what their plans are, and it's not like and it doesn't have to do with anything that I'm doing.
You're like,
I'll always
fun.
think, oh, fun.
Like,
Because I don't know what to say.
I think I was talking to you the other day. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with Josh. You're like, oh, fun.
Yeah, because I want to express that I'm happy that they're like doing something fun, but it's also like.
I also think I did it before because I told you, like last week I told you I went to Castle last week before the game. I went to Castle.
I said, oh, fun.
Like, oh, fun. And I'm like.
I listened to that like an hour ago when you told me that you were going to Castle before the game.
I'm going again tomorrow.
You said it, and then I just go like, oh, fun.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
so
fun.
Funny. It's so funny. And I called him out on it yesterday because I'm like, there's no, like,
She did.
Oh,
I
fun.
called you out on it, and then you did it again.
Well, it's not necessarily a call out, because you were like, oh, it's funny, because like a call out's like kind of like negative.
It is a richism. If that's a coin term.
Richism, oh my
A
god.
coin term,
So this
I
is when we
love that.
sign off.
Yes.
We're gonna sign off on that note
Sign
then.
off on the richism.
Richisms.
Any
Jesus.
final remarks, Marie?
Well, thank you guys both
As if-
so
Of
much for
course,
letting me on.
of
I hope I
course.
can come on again. I hope that I was interesting enough to keep this going. But in the
Yes.
meantime, follow me on TikTok.
I was gonna say, plug yourself, Marie.
Plug
Plug it.
Yeah. No, follow me on TikTok. I just went viral on a video, which is really fun. So
Really?
You did.
yeah, I did. It's at
She did
whoops.
She did show me this yesterday.
No,
This
today.
morning.
It's
Yeah, oh, just earlier.
at 75,000 views, which is really, really cool.
Wait, isn't that up than what? Isn't that up since when you showed me it last
Yeah,
time?
it's-
She showed me it
Wait.
she showed me it at like
Wait,
3
I've never
p.m.
seen-
and it was at 36,000.
Wait, I've
Yeah.
never seen
And now
it.
it's like
It's
even
70
higher.
Yeah, it's 7,513 so far.
Uh,
So, and then all people are fighting in the comments. Every time you go viral, somebody always gets into the fight in the comments, and it's
Yep.
the funniest thing
Wait,
I've ever
oh
seen in my
God, I
life.
love that. That's so funny.
But yeah, so anyways, follow me on Instagram, Marie.Achkar, Achkar, and I already said my TikTok, follow me on Twitter, it's just Marie Achkar, and yeah.
I need to follow you on
Yes,
Twitter now.
plug
Follow
it.
me on
All right.
Twitter.
I don't know if I follow you on Twitter. I got
We'll
it.
see you guys
Bye,
next
guys.
week. See ya.